Cool. So Netlify is a really awesome platform as a service. It's an all-in-one solution for building and deploying modern web projects, and I recently discovered it, and I love it. It's like AWS abstracted like a ton, and that makes life easier for all developers. So I'm just going to give you a quick intro to how to get started with Netlify. So Netlify preaches static sites. They could be built from anywhere, and just really simple APIs. So here's my website. I just have a simple HTML file. I'm pulling in some CSS over here. I actually wrote some text here, so if you want to read it, you can. So I also have a serverless function. So Netlify works with serverless functions, and it's supported by AWS on its back end, AWS Lambda to be exact. And another cool thing about Netlify is that everything is served on edge over a CDN. So that's pretty sweet. Netlify has this super cool build tool or command line tool called Netlify-CLI, and you just install it with Node and get up and running. So if I hit Netlify right now, there's my command line tool. This is totally optional. You don't actually need it to like push stuff up to Netlify or anything, but it makes it really easy to do something called Netlify Dev, which is actually in beta. It's a development experience that replicates the Netlify platform, the platform as a service, on your own machine. So in this file, I just have some some text, some HTML, and then I have this button here that's going to /.netlify/function/hello world. So this is actually calling a serverless function that I have defined up here in hello world/hello world.js. So all it does is this is the handler. It does a try catch. It tries to async await the hello world function. It resolves just with some text. And then we return it with a status code 200. So imagine this is kind of like your basis for like building out your own APIs. Very straightforward. So now I hit Netlify Dev. I can open this up on localhost. So let's try to do that. Cool, there it is. So it's running on my machine. So if I just like make a change here, like in the text right here, for example, if I delete that, refresh, it's gone. So it updates in real time. So this development environment is really, really cool. So there's my serverless function that I talked about earlier. So I'm just going to click it. Again, this is just like a hello world example. So it says hello world. So it hit my serverless function and returned back. So you could see how this is really easy to get started building your own APIs. And if I just change up this in my development environment, I can refresh, and I should get the extra exclamation marks. So that's how easy it is to get started with Netlify. So next, I want to deploy this to the world because it's just running on localhost. And to do that, I can do Netlify deploy. And this will walk me through some deployment steps. So I want to create and configure a brand new website. I want to call it Netlify demo ACM at UC on my team, and it's actually publishing it straight to Netlify. There, it already deployed. So I'm going to check it out using this live draft URL. And there it is. So there's my site up on the web. That was super easy. There's my function. It's working as expected, and it's out there on the interwebs. So you're saying this is a disgusting URL. Why is this like that? No one's ever going to be able to type this in. Yeah, that's because I didn't use the --prod argument here as it's telling me. So I should do Netlify deploy --prod. So let's run that and see what happens. So I'm deploying to production. So it's uploading all my stuff to the CDN, and there it's done. So it gave me. So there it is. I am my own URL. So that is how easy it is to get started with Netlify. And then if you wanted to, you could add a custom domain or something. So I've done that. I have my own website on Netlify, and it's really easy. They have a super easy to use dashboard to get your own custom domain, DNS, whatever it is you want. Plus Netlify has some other options, features that I didn't actually mention here. So they have Netlify Edge, which is the CDN. Netlify Functions, which I just made a serverless function. Netlify Identity, so it manages the whole auth, login, all that stuff for you. So it's like totally abstracting that stuff, which I love. Netlify Forms and Large Media. So yeah, it's just designed to be super easy to use, integrate into your workflows. It's all about simplifying the dev experience so it's quick and painless for you. That's my time.
That was exactly 5 minutes.